Poco X3, Poco X3 Pro, Round 1, Fight! So hi guys, ako pala si Richwell and welcome back to my channel. Ilalaban natin right now ang former sobrang sulit na phone, no, which is roughly just 6 months ago, ang Poco X3. I'm sure and I'm pretty sure ang dami sa atin na nakabili netong Poco X3. Sobra siyang hype, sobra niyang nirattle at dinisrupt ang smartphone market, no. And right now, ang kanyang successor, the Poco X3 Pro. So gusto nating tingnan, no, kung itong Poco X3 Pro is worth an upgrade over dito sa Poco X3 or masasabi ko sa inyo, just stay with your Poco X3. Tara, himayin natin, tara alamin natin and everything i-explain ko dito sa episode na ito, no, kung kailangan mo nga ba mag-upgrade or just use your Poco X3. Okay pa yan, guys. Okay pa yan. Just 6 months ago pa lang yan eh. Tara, simulan na natin. First things first on how to identify which is which, the Poco X3 and the Poco X3 Pro. So you can see here on my right that this is pretty glossy and the font is probably bold letters on the center. Now this is the Poco X3 and you can see here, hopefully you can see it, it's a 64MP camera as written here. So this is definitely the Poco X3. Meanwhile, the other one, you can see that on the side it's a matte finish and on the center it's glossy. Plus this one, you can see that there is outline on the Poco words. So this is definitely the Poco X3 Pro as written here on the camera. It's a 48MP. Definitely, no doubt, this is the Poco X3 Pro. So both units are very, very identical. Let's try to take a look. Underneath, they are pretty much the same. On the side, they are the same. On top, they are also the same. And on the side, no doubt, it's the same. It's exactly the same. So right now, we'll be turning both units off and see from the start, from the beginning, who would be faster in terms of boot up and in terms of, well, opening the apps and whatnots. Let's see. So this one being the X3 Pro, this one being the X3, and let's boot it up in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so I can feel the vibration. This one was a little fraction of a second faster than this one. This is the X3 Pro. So let's see who would react faster. Okay, so almost the same speed. Let's see the fingerprint scanner. Okay, in 3, 2, 1, go. Almost identical. Okay, so it's hard for me to say who was faster. Almost the same. Okay, if ever it was a fraction faster, this one is a little bit faster, but overall I feel that it's almost the same. Now we will open some apps together. Let's see. Okay, let's see the how about the camera app in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so this one loaded the camera app faster by a fraction. Now let's try to load the Google Chrome. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so this one is faster. Let's try to load Google Play in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Okay, so this one is a fraction faster again, the Pro version. Let's try YouTube. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so it's definitely faster. Okay. So right now let's try to load YouTube and let's see who's faster. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so definitely it's the Pro version faster. Now let's try to walk through some benchmark. Okay, so let's see Antutu. On benchmarking score, this is almost double the score of the X3. So for 470,000 points versus 284,000 points, definitely it's really a mismatch. Both is running Antutu benchmark version 8.5.6. Now let's try to see other apps. Okay, how about iTutu? Okay, so you can see the score. There's still a disparity, this one being more better, okay, in terms of AI versus this one. It scored at 229,000 points versus 187. Okay, so right now we'll be running 3D Mark. Let's see who has the better score. Now, after the benchmark test, we can see it's almost doubled. This one scoring of 4,600 versus 2,600. It's really a score. There's really some disparity in terms of the GPU and the processor, so you can see it clearly. In terms of processing power, this one definitely is the runaway winner. Now both of them have 120 Hz of screen refresh rate. Definitely the screen is, of course, I can say that both looks nice and both is, of course, very smooth to my eyes. Now we can see that both screen brightness is placed to the maximum. I can say that the X3 is a little bit more wider compared to the X3 Pro. Now, that is, of course, based on what I'm seeing right now. I hope that you can see it as well. This one, the X3, is definitely wider than this one. Of course, it depends on the screen manufacturing. Okay. So both phones is running MIUI 12, and the Poco X3 is still having an Android 10. This one having an Android 11, the X3 Pro. Now, how about watching some videos here? Let's try to watch some videos of nature videos. Okay, right now we'll play some videos set at 1080p. So you can see here it's set at 1080p. So it's some really nice video. Let's see how good the rendering is. So based on what I'm observing right now, I can say that both has almost the same display. Well, probably it's having the same LCD, probably, except that the manufacturer is a little bit different. As I said a while ago, the white is not so white on the X3 Pro, whereas on the X3 it's whiter. Now, based on watching some videos like this one, I can say it's just almost the same. Okay. But based on this photo, I can say that this is a little bit more greener than this one. This is a little bit more yellowish. Can you see that? On the blue color, it's, well, almost the same. Now, so much for video. Right now we're going to render some photos that we've taken outdoors, and we can try to pit them against each other. Let's see how good it is. Okay, we took some photos together. We can see here that the picture is a little bit identical, only that this one is a little bit wider. Okay, so overexposed on some part. Now taking some other photos, we can see that the one on the X3 has better color resolution over this one. This one really is a little bit more overexposed. It's a little bit wider. This is a little bit warmer. Okay, so same as these photos. Okay, so you can see that this one is really definitely wider. This one as well. Okay, so we can see more definition on this one as compared to this one, the X3 Pro. So the 48MP camera on the X3 Pro definitely is a little bit more sluggish compared to the X3's 64. Now taking more photos. Now this one really spells the difference. You can see this one is really the color pop up more on the X3 compared to the X3 Pro. Now this one, well, on the macro lens, this one performed a little bit better. Okay, so let's try to take a look at some photos up front. I can see that this one is a little bit more darker, but they both have the same camera. So both are 20MP 2.2 aperture. And how about checking some videos? So these videos are placed side by side with each other. So I don't really see any much difference in terms of video. Yes, really it's a little bit almost the same. I can barely see any difference between them, except that the blue sky is bluer here, except unlike this one. Okay, so on the video side, I can say that this is more punchier. Let's try to take a look at others. Okay, so let's see about this one. Okay, so on equal footing, I can say that this one has a better front video camera compared to this one. Resolution is better. Yes, definitely this one has the better video camera, but in terms of photos, I would go definitely with the X3. Okay, so next is probably watching some games over from these two devices. Okay, so there you go. Let's see and feel the difference between these two phones in terms of gaming and its, of course, settings. We can see here on the X3 Pro, we can unlock all high settings. While on the X3, we can only set it to high and max frame rate. So right now, let me share you some good gadget I have bought. It's a Blackstar split type gaming trigger. So I have two of them right now here in my hand. So I'll be putting one on the left and one on the right. Let's see how good these ones are for gaming, and definitely it should give me a better response, better, yeah, let me see. So, okay, so right now I'll set this one here, and I'll set the other one on the other side. So let's see how good these triggers are. Okay, so So right now we'll be trying to play using the Poco X3 Pro. So let's see how good it will perform on gaming.
Enemy contact. Target down. Grenade out. We've lost the bomb.
So okay, after playing both phones, I can say that the X3 Pro has to be the winner because of its better response to the game, and of course better more immersive experience while playing this game. Now, I can say that the X3 ain't that half bad. Of course, this one being the first one to launch, it also has its own upside, and this one having a Snapdragon 860 inside definitely has to be the better choice in terms of gaming. Right after playing some games for roughly half an hour, so let's try to check. So on multi-point testing, the Poco X3 Pro is a little bit warm at 40 degrees Celsius at the back. Okay, so let's try more points. Okay, just below the camera, it's a little bit hot there. So let's try the Poco X3. Okay, the Poco X3 is a little bit cooler at 38 degrees Celsius, just below the camera. We tried it at the same amount of time, 30 minutes playing. So yes, this one is definitely a little bit cooler compared to the X3 Pro. Now guys, you can see on Antutu, based on this testing on Antutu, this one is running really a lot more smoother than this one. This one you can see the stuttering, okay, the frame drops, and this one you can see it's really smooth. Now guys, let's talk about the battery of this phone. Both of them have the 5160 mAh of battery, supporting up to 33 watts of fast charge. And this one, the Pro version, I charged it using the default cable, default charger. It gave me a 30 watts of rating, then draining down to 20%, and of course charging back up to 100 using the default cable, and of course the default charger. I got an hour and 8 minutes to achieve that task. And of course, asking PCMark battery stress test, it obtained a screen on time of 12 hours, which is not bad for its processor. Now, Looking at the other one, the X3, it also is having a same battery and same charging capacity. I charged using the default cable and default charger. It gave me a 32 watts, which is, well, slightly better than this one, and draining down to 8% and charging back up to 100. It only took me just 59 minutes, which is faster, of course, than asking PCMark battery stress test. Man, this one you'll be blown away. It lasted for 17 hours and 25 minutes. Better battery endurance for the X3. Now, running down both of them with some of the important specs, both of them has stereo surround sound, 3.5mm audio jack. It both has a side fingerprint scanner. Then the Pro version having a Bluetooth 5.1, and the non-Pro version, the X3 NFC, had a Bluetooth 5.0. Both of them comes with NFC, and of course, something to consider on the Pro version, it has a UFS 3.1 inside, and this one has a UFS 2.1. Probably that one has spelled the difference. And another thing that both of them are different is definitely the Corning Gorilla Glass protection. The Corning Gorilla Glass on the Pro version is a Corning Gorilla Glass 6. This one has only the Corning Gorilla Glass 5. Now, it's time for you to decide. So guys, nakita na natin ang battle between the Poco X3 and the Poco X3 Pro. So masasabi ko sa inyo, there are still some upside itong si Poco X3 over dito sa Poco X3 Pro. Ang lamang neto, siguro camera, battery life, pero ang lamang neto, processing power, and of course, sa gaming. If hindi kayo super hardcore gamer, I can say you can still stick with your Poco X3. Pero kung hardcore gamer ka pero you're not really too much into camera, go for the Poco X3 Pro. So guys, if you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, click that bell icon so you don't miss any future videos here sa aking channel. And up next, Poco X3 Pro versus Redmi Note 10 Pro. I'll see you on the next one.